Welcome everyone. Today I will be demonstrating how to draw a Eastern Bluebird in pastels. I will be using 600 grit UArt sanded paper and new pastel medium hard sticks and Carbothello pastel pencils. I am using a beautiful photo reference from Daiken of this charming little bluebird. But for the background, I'm going to try and create a blurry landscape in the background. At this stage, the blocking in of the trees and field behind the post the bird is sitting on is rather rough. I try to add some of the details, and then I will start blending the area to create a more blurry effect. Pastels is a great medium for trying to create a blurry effect because it blends so softly together. However, if you have any type of a Photoshop software program, you can take a photo, a landscape, and use filters to create a blurry background. And sometimes this will help you visualize how that blurry effect should look. I'm not using a photo reference for the background for this painting, but I think it's starting to come together nicely. I'm going to add some lime green around the edges of the trees to give them a little bit of a glow as I blend the colors together. I'm pretty happy how the background is coming together, but I will come back to it once I've completed the bird and the post that the bird is sitting on. This is the bluebird on my tablet that I will be working on. I'm pretty sure that this is a female Eastern Bluebird because her feathers aren't as blue as a male bird. I enjoy using my tablet to draw from. I can zoom up to the actual size that I am drawing, or I can zoom in to view details that I might not see on a printout. I'm going to zoom in as I start working on the outlines of my bluebird. I want to begin shaping some of the darkest values first in the bird's body. The sunlight is coming from the left side of the bird, so the feathers on the right side will be much darker. So I'm using a very dark blue to define some of the feathers on this side. I will use a medium gray on her back feathers and then blend the dark blue with the gray. So at this point I will continue to add light and dark values as a base to the bird's body and gradually begin adding details and defining the feathers in the bird's wings. I'm going to start adding some color to the bird's head. I'm using a taupe color, which is sort of a blend of tan and gray to the bird's head, and then I will use some light blue on the outer edges of the bird's feathers. I will start to add some fine details and drawing the white around the bird's eyes and along the neckline. I am going to add some yellow around her face. We want to introduce colors into the bird's feathers because she is not just blue and gray, but a mixture and combination of several colors. I am adding some light brown to the back of her feathers. Once this is blended with the gray, it creates a more realistic feel to the bird's colors. I will use a combination of gray and blue to define these very soft, small feathers. I want to bring out the blue in her feathers, so I'm using a very bright royal blue on her chest. I will also add some of that blue into her head feathers. I think this color really makes her feathers begin to pop. I'm going to develop the feathers in her left wing area. These feathers are brown, so I'm going to use an alcohol wash to blend the brown colors together. The reason for that is so that I can draw very sharp white lines between the small feathers. Now that the feathers have some good definition, I'll start developing the post he's sitting on. I'll start with some gray and use my black uh, pastel pencil to define where some of the cracks and splits are in the wood, and I will shade the right side of the post with a darker slate blue and then some darker gray. I'm going to clean up my horizon line at the base of my tree lines to make it look a little more level. I will add a little more color and shape to the tree line before I start finishing the tall grasses in the forefront. The forefront is very dark green and brown for the purpose of drawing lighter colors of grasses to the foreground. Now that the grasses are done, I'll add the final details to the post, especially with some highlights and more cracks into the wood. I will use my white pastel pencil to create some highlights, and a lot of these highlights are actually along the very edge of where the wood cracks in the post. So by adding these highlights, it gives it a real realistic look. I just need to add a few final details to the painting. So I hope you have enjoyed this video demonstration of painting an Eastern Bluebird, and I hope you join me for future lessons, and please press like and subscribe.